this rasp here, unfortunately when I got it, came without a handle. So today I am going to get started on my wood turning lathe, my main Christmas present, by making it a wooden handle. So let's get started. I started by preparing a blank, and I marked from corner to corner using a ruler to find out where the centre was. Then I could just place the gimlet there to make a little bit of an indentation. Then I started off by making it just a little bit round with my number 4 smoothing plane, and this is going to make it a little bit easier on the lathe because I don't have quite as much material to remove. Then I tapped in the drive centre so I can mount this nicely on the lathe. I slotted it into the headstock, then I brought up the tailstock, and then I could start turning. I'm starting with the roughing gouge here, just to make the thing round, and my technique in this shot really isn't the best, but I have gone on and improved my technique slightly. This is my very first project on the lathe, so if you do have any tips for me, please leave them in the comment section below, because I really need as much help as I can possibly get. I'm really enjoying turning, but there is one bad thing about it, of course, and this is the amount of sawdust it makes. With all this sawdust flying everywhere, it is essential that you have some sort of face guard, and I got one of these for Christmas. So this is covering my face and keeping me nice and safe when I'm with this machine. As you can see, I'm using lots of different tools here. There is no method. There is just madness. I'm just trying to get a shape that looks vaguely like a file handle, just working my way along, just trying to make it feel nice and look nice. In case you are interested, this is a Vrox mini lathe, and I will do a video soon all about this lathe and my turning setup. The final thing that I need to do before I put in the last few details like sanding and stuff like that is I need to make the very end of the file small enough to be able to fit on a tiny piece of copper pipe, and this is going to stop the top from splitting when I knock in the file. So I've set this spanner to the diameter of that, and now I need to transfer those lines onto there. Now this would be again much easier if I had a set of turning calipers, but of course it's design, create, innovate, so we're just going to have to innovate with what we've got. Then I use a round nose scraper to attempt to get this to the right diameter. This is definitely not the right tool for it, but I don't think I have the correct tool. So I'm just working my way along and trying to get it to the right diameter to fit the copper pipe. In case you are interested, I'm not using any carbide tools here. These are all just traditional turning tools, and I really like the feel of these tools. Then I moved on to sanding. I'm just sanding at 40 grit, then to 60. Then this I think is 100 or maybe 150. And then I definitely finished with some 240 grit paper. I didn't apply any finish, I just cut it away from the lathe using my coping saw. And then I cut some copper down to the length that I needed it with the hacksaw. Then I tapped in the copper. Then I drilled a 6mm hole for the file to get tapped into, and I did this on my new drill stand. Then the file got tapped into place. I just gave the file a quick test, and it seemed to work alright. At this point in the video, I would normally say just how pleased I am with how it's turned out, but really, in this case, I have to be honest and modest with you and say that I'm not really that pleased with how it's turned out. The handle is a bit too small. I didn't really put much thought into it. I just really wanted to get some experience on the lathe. And also, I obviously wasn't holding the handle quite straight over on the pillar drill, and unfortunately it hasn't been mounted quite straight, but obviously there are some positives. So this file no longer just has a metal handle, it has a nice wooden one. So I think at some point in the future I will make a new handle for this, but for now it was definitely fun to make, even if it didn't turn out too well. So thank you so much for watching today's video. As ever, if you have liked the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.